Hey Facebook, hi Instagram. I'm going to cook my dinner with you again tonight. I'm actually going to do two recipes. So this is one of those really great examples of sort of how the meal plans work. So if there's ever a leftover ingredient, if one recipe doesn't completely use, say, an onion or a can of beans, there's another meal on the plan to use that up. So there's never any waste. There's never any weird leftovers like half a can of beans or half an onion or anything. We literally everything. It's always used up, so there's no leftovers. And so I'm going to actually do that tonight by doing the two recipes together so you can see how there's not ever any of that waste. Plus also, to be totally honest, one of the recipes needs to chill in the fridge for 20 minutes. And so what else am I going to do? Might as well make something else for tomorrow. So that's how we're going. And also, because I'm not cooking on the stove today, all this is like assemble work. I'm in the place you guys like, no window. And the pugs are all about, I'm all about. So, what I'm making. So I'm making the hail kale. I love that. Hail kale. Hail yeah, kale yeah. Okay, so the hail kale Caesar pizzas, but I'm actually just going to make the Caesar dressing. And this is a really yummy dressing made from white beans. There's no oil or nuts or anything funky, and no tofu either, because I know a lot of you guys are soy free. So there's the hail kale Caesar dressing that I'm going to make, and I'm also making the bahn mi meatball subs, which are our actual dinner for tonight. The bahn mi meatball subs are so good, and you guys are going to love them. And I'm also going to show you my breadcrumbs hack. So I often don't have breadcrumbs. To be honest, I never buy breadcrumbs. And if you're gluten-free, you could totally use instant oats here. My husband can't have oats, so we're doing breadcrumbs. Anyway, I didn't have any breadcrumbs, but while I was getting all of my ingredients together and sort of looking for my laptop cord and everything, I threw a piece of toast from my freezer. I keep my bread in my freezer. I put a piece of toast in the toaster oven, and that's how I'm going to make breadcrumbs. Legit stale bread or even toast, if you didn't stale it, in the food processor to make crumbs. Super fast, works in a jiff every time, and it's also a really great use for that heel. You know that weird end of the bread that not a lot of people like to eat in their sandwich? Perfect for the breadcrumbs. So, and I literally just did this. So you guys can see I have my very crusty piece of bread. So this is my hack. Let me bring you on down. Well, I don't think anybody's going to be able to see this. Instagram, you're just going to have to like maybe... Let's see how I can put Instagram. Maybe like so. I'll use my can of beans to prop Instagram up. Okay, so this is going in my food processor to make breadcrumbs. So that's sort of what I'm doing first before I get started. And I'm just breaking up the bread into pieces to make it a little bit easier. Now, your bread might get stuck on the blades, which is what's happening to mine. No big deal. Just pick it off and start again. Okay, and that's it. Voila, voila, whatever, I have breadcrumbs now. Really nice, beautiful, beautiful breadcrumbs. And the nice thing about this, too, is if you don't want your breadcrumbs to be too, like, small, or if you like a little bit of texture, which is like what I do, you can just say breadcrumbs, breadcrumbs. It's really easy. I'm going to do mine, let me just do it one more second here to really get them nice and small. And the more toasty the bread, like the staler the bread, the better this works. All right, and you always want to do this first because as soon as the container is wet, it will not work as good. So, okay, so now that I have my breadcrumbs, here we go, see, breadcrumbs, breadcrumbs. I'm just going to pour them into my bowl and get started. So, I'm going to start with the bahn mi subs. And if you're just joining in, I'm making two recipes from this week's meal plan, which is the 920 meal plan. Right now, we're getting started on the bahn mi meatball subs. All right, so the first thing I need is a Chinese eggplant. Chinese eggplant. I know, these things, the emoji for this is really terrible. I got mine at my regular grocery store, Chinese eggplant on Facebook. I got mine at my regular grocery store, but Asian markets have them. If you can't find one of these little Chinese eggplant things, you can use a regular eggplant. There's a substitution, like, explanation in the directions. And if you don't like eggplant, see the substitution chart in the member library for some other options. Lots of options there, but you really don't taste the eggplant, so if you're scared of eggplant, this is an okay recipe for you to try. Oh, garlic. Gotta mince my garlic first. So. Okay, minced my garlic. Now I need to add my onion. I think it's half of it. No, 1/4. Okay. Same thing. I like to really kind of help my food processor out to make it a little faster, so I will chop it into smaller pieces. Okay. I'm really getting good with this phone camera thing. And this I'm just going to pulse because I don't want it to be minced. Okay, great. Now onto my eggplant. And this I'm going to slice, like I said, just to kind of help out my food processor. And you will see that I upgraded to my big processor today, which is what I do for these kind of recipes usually. All right, eggplant pieces going in. So I like to periodically stop and sort of just make sure everything's kind of it's not flying up on the sides and being neglected. So let's do a little bit more here. Maybe one more scrape and that'll be good. And I'm using the back of my knife. If you can't see, I'm using the back of my knife. Yes, that's a pug behind me. All right, so now that that's all done, all nice and pureed together, I can take it to my mixing bowl here. Oh, I forgot my beans. Oopsies. So, with the beans, it's because the beans were holding up my other camera. All right, so one of the things on this recipe, it says 3/4 can of beans, which is, half the can. So I'm just going to pour in half the can. And the other half will get to be used here in a second. I don't know Instagram how well you can see. Okay. Move this. Everybody can see a little bit better. All right, same thing. So here, do a quick little scoop around the edges. Okay. I forgot everything today. I also need to add a little bit of lemon juice, which I'm going to do really quickly. I just was skipping ahead today. I need to read the directions better and not just look at the ingredient list. Okay, so adding my lemon juice here. And it also calls for some tahini, but I'm using hummus because we do the slimming option, and also because I still don't have tahini. Yes, I just used a knife instead of a spoon, but I figured that was more hygienic than using my finger because I don't have a spoon over at this side of my kitchen because I'm by my sink. Oh, and also I need my spices. And you guys know me, I always add a little bit more. I'm adding some with the breadcrumbs just for kicks. Okay, one more time. Woo! This is the fun of me doing it at home after work. Okay. Come on, guys. Come on, computer. Okay, so now I'm legitimately done this time. So I'm going to just put this all in a bowl. Okay. So here's my bowl that had my breadcrumbs, and I'm just going to put this all in here together. And mix it together. Beautiful mixed. And now all I have to do is refrigerate this to let it chill, because chilling makes it a little bit more firm, which makes it easier to turn into the balls. And then once it's the balls, I just bake them, and then I have meatballs. So I'm going to rinse my hands off real quick. I'm also going to preset my oven. Okay, so now that that's going, well, that's hanging out. Oh, thanks for all the loves and likes. Hi, guys. You guys are the best. I love you. Okay, I'm going to rinse this out real quick. Just a quick rinse, nothing fancy. You'll see it's not perfectly clean, but whatever. Now I'm going to make the Caesar hummus from beans, because like I said, I got nothing else to do. I gotta wait for that stuff to chill. And this is also the second half, which uses up all the leftover ingredients, because like I said, we never have leftover ingredients because they're always used somewhere else. So, Hail Caesar, and this is so good. This white bean let me try that again. This white bean Caesar dressing is so good. So good. I love it on everything. Kale and salads, but it's also going to be on pizzas for us. But anyway, let's get making that. So first thing, of course, garlic. And you know me, I always add a little bit more. So let me mince that real quick. Fabulous. The last of the beans. Oh, Instagram, you're not getting a very good view. There we go. Last of the beans. Let's see, what else do I need? More lemon juice. Like I said, there's not even lemon waste. We're just using it all up. No waste. That's what I love about this. Okay, and even the leftover onion is going on top of the pizzas. Like, it's so, I just love it. It's so great. Let's see, nutritional yeast. Let me get a little measuring stuff. All right, I'm going to measure a little bit today. Hi, Mateus. I know, you're confused because I moved locations. Add my nutritional yeast, some red wine vinegar. Oh, miso. I know Scott talked to you guys about this. We use chickpea miso. Because it doesn't have soy, but you can just use regular old soy miso too. I like the yellow or I just don't like the brown one. Anything but the brown one, basically, is what I like. Let me see, how much do I need? You know, Scott really likes miso, so I tend to add a little bit extra. It's just sort of like a salty flavor. So good. Let me see, some onion powder, which you guys know me, I tend to be a little heavy-handed. Using generic. I buy the big ones because I use it so much. I'm going to add some garlic because you guys know me, I add garlic to everything. And then let's see. Oh yeah, Dijon. Oh yeah, Dijon. I know I owe you guys a mustard video. I swear I'm going to do that. And let's see, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, which yes, there are vegan ones on the market. There's also a DIY recipe if you're a member on the dashboard, and if you have my cookbooks, it's probably in one of those. And oh, caper brine, magic secret. I also put a few capers on. It's the magic. Okay, that's it. Time to puree. You see, it's all right there. Same thing, I'm gonna just check to see how, you know, make sure that everything's not all over the sides. You guys see the pugs? You see them? Instagram, you can't see them, but Facebook can see the pugs all like behind me. Okay, so this is the dressing, so that's all done. Here's my beautiful dressing, And the really nice thing about this dressing is if it's too thick, if you make your dressing at home and it's too thick and it feels like a hummus, you can just, you know, add a little bit of stock to it. Oh my God, you guys, I have to make a confession to you. Are you ready? I tried to microwave this today. It set sparks off, full on fire. I'm okay, my microwave's okay, but I guess there's like some metal or something in this, but I had put this in the freezer because I was out of town, as you guys know, and I froze like what was left because I didn't want it to expire, and it was a big hard chunk, and so I was like, well, I'll just microwave it for a minute. Woo, sparks flew. So guys, don't microwave that. And if you haven't microwaved something before, stand by the microwave when you try it for the first time. But everything's fine. We're fine. We're fine. And so, like I said, I can add some broth to this to thin it out, which I probably will do. I'm going to transfer it to one of my mason jars and shake, shake, shake and decide that way. But this isn't for today. This is for tomorrow. So that being said, I'm all done. The only thing like I said, I have left to do now is I need to make the meatballs, the little balls, and bake them to have our subs. Oh, you know what I can do? I can make the slaw. So there is a slaw that goes with the banh mi. And it's so good, so yummy. And so I can make that really quick. Oh, and one other thing. I know you guys are always asking about bread. Like, this is what I bought for the subs. I just bought, like, the random generic whole wheat hot dog buns from the supermarket. They were vegan, and they're whole wheat, and, anyway, so that's what we bought, just the generic, organic, whole wheat hot dog buns. Sometimes I'll buy, like, different ones, like, sprouted, if I'm at, we have this place called Air One, which is kind of like a Whole Foods, but whatever. I've also used whole wheat pita breads for these subs. The slimming option has a don't even use bread at all, and I think the slimming option, let me see, what does it say? I think it's to put it over a sweet potato. Yep, over potatoes instead, so that's an option if you're not doing the bread, but anyway. So for my slaw, super easy. This is one of my favorite slaws, really easy. I just use my pre-made cabbage slaw stuff that I bought. I always pick out the big pieces, as you guys know. And I'm basically just going to add mayo. I made my own tofu mayo. You guys see me make this a lot. There's a video on YouTube if you need it. So I'm just going to add some of this mayo. And some sriracha. But not too much because my husband can't have a whole lot of heat. I was wondering when I was going to exhaust this guy. Or maybe it's just clogged. Here we go. And also, because you guys know me, I'm also going to add some garlic because I add garlic to everything. It makes stuff really flavorful. Okay. So all I have to do there is now, you know, I'm not going to use my hand for that. I don't want to touch sriracha and then touch my eyeball. So I'm just going to use some forks here to mix it around. But that's really all that's all that is to slaw, is just mixing it around. So now there we go. Yum. And then you can just add more mayonnaise or sriracha or whatever to taste. So there's my beautiful slaw. There's my beautiful slaw. Slaw. Yay. All done. So that's it. I'll post a final picture like I always do. Thanks for joining me while I cooked our dinner for tonight and tomorrow. Let me think. My birthday is on Sunday, So maybe I'll do something fun on my birthday for you guys. I don't know. I think Scott might actually come back and do another video for you. He's really enjoying doing the videos for you. I cannot believe he put frozen spinach in a pressure cooker. I was like, when I was watching the video yesterday, and he's like, it worked! So, yeah, you learn something new every day. Just trust the process, right? Anyway, thanks, guys. I will see you soon.